Hello world, welcome back to the channel. It has been a while. Thank you for all of you who are still tuned in, who are still supporting the channel. And of course, thank you to all of my Patreons for coming over to Patreon and supporting me and the channel in that way. Today, we just kicked off the first day of our 31-day writing challenge. So over the course of the next 31 days or the month of March, we are going to be looking deeper and healing through the art of storytelling and the art of journaling and writing. And I'm so excited. I've launched this. It's free to all my Patreons. So if you want to join, it's not too late. You can join today. If you're watching this and it's Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day it is, you can still join and go back and you'll have access to the previous days and you can go back. I believe, and I could be mistaken, I think that's how Patreon works. But if not, you'll join when you'll join, and then you'll get access to that day moving forward and all of the writing prompts. It's really fun. I'm so excited to be kicking that off today. And I just want to thank you guys for being over there. We're having an amazing time. We get to interact with each other. It's just much more intimate. And as soon as I think I have 102 Patreons. So as soon as I get up to 150, I'm going to be launching something special. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to be launching some sort of a video series where I'm going to be talking about the aspect of the journey and how to deal with separation. I think that's what I'm going to focus on. So excited for that. And I will be actually away the next week in March here. So I will be visiting a friend, and that being said, I am accepting spots for private readings for when I get back for the month of March. So if you'd like a private reading with me, I offer many different types of readings besides just twin flame readings. So please email me. The email and the Patreon link is always listed in the description box below. And we're going to get started, guys. I'm going to start us off with the notes from the universe on love and connection. Now, we just had a Virgo full moon over the weekend, and these full moons have been hitting us like a ton of bricks. Many of you are still feeling the effects. You may still be feeling very exhausted, very tired. Thirsty is an energy that's been coming up, and the ascension energies. Confused, like dazed and confused. It'd be a lot cooler if you did. So dazed and confused is coming up. Feeling that sort of head in the clouds or floaty energy. We are definitely going through soul merges with our divine counterpart. The masculine energy is going through so many changes. I'm going to be talking about it in more depth over on Patreon. So the masculine energy is going through these changes of incredible ascension at an incredible accelerated rate. And as the masculine accelerates and goes through this rapid healing process, the feminine is sort of being taken along the ride with him. But she's already ascended. She's already been through the dark nights of the soul and the ego death and this ascension process and this learning process. So she's sort of having to sit back and ground and anchor this union because the masculine's moving very fast now. Everything I talked about is coming to fruition. So the masculines did leave corporate jobs last year. They got fired from jobs. They got let go. They lost a lot of money. They lost, they left marriages. They became single. And a lot of these masculines are now anchoring in their new life. What I want to say to the feminines out there who are like, well, why, if this is all happening, why haven't they reached out, Sarah? Or if this is all happening, how come they still don't see me in their life, or they're still acting distant or nonchalant, or they're still not talking about their feelings, or they're not inviting, they don't want to see me, or they don't want to talk to me? Because I experienced something recently that threw me into like a 24-hour little dark night. And when I emerged from that experience, I am so much stronger. I have so much more clarity, copious amounts of self-love. And having reflected on that, it's been about 2.5 weeks now. So having reflected on that experience, what I can tell you is nothing is as what it seems. Okay, there's still a lot of illusion. And even though we're gaining clarity and the masculine's gaining clarity and your inner masculine's gaining clarity and taking action forward, there's still illusion in the 3D world. So the masculines may still have one toe or one finger or even one foot in the matrix, even if they've stepped out of it and they're working towards that ascension process, or they're ascending rapidly. So you still have to ignore the 3D. Do not focus or dwell on the lack of what you want. It hasn't arrived yet, it hasn't arrived yet, it hasn't arrived yet, it hasn't arrived yet. The more you focus on that, the more the universe is going to reflect that to you and show you that, because the universe says, well, this is what he or she wants to see, so that's what I'm going to reflect back to them. Only focus on that which you desire and that which you want, so that you can have that reflected back to you in the physical world. And that includes the physical manifestation of your counterpart. Don't focus on the lack. Don't focus on they're not showing up, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, they said this, they did that. Those things are all past versions that you're continuing to manifest through your thoughts, through your lack of alignment with union. So the feminine anchors the union, while the masculine is doing all this ascending work in the 3D. The feminine is now anchoring the union. So feminines, you're doing a lot of work in the 3D too, but you're doing a lot of work in the 5D. So you're doing work in both fields right now, so to speak, right? You're merging timelines, and the soul merge of the counterparts right now is so incredibly intense. It's so potent right now. So understand when you need to take a break and step back. And please do so and honor your body and honor what you need to do. Sleep, rest, anchor those light codes, anchor for your masculine, anchor the union, affirm your union, pray, meditate, get out in nature, hang out with animals, hang out with people who bring you joy, not who bring you down. And remember that you're destined for greatness on the wings of love. You're destined. This is your destiny. This is your path. This is your counterpart. To clarify, the primary roles of love are not to heal, fix, or mend, but to soothe, cure, or ease. Not even to refresh, rejuvenate, or restore. Hardly. The primary roles of love are to Yahoo, Yeehaw, and Woohoo. So in essence, the primary rules of love are to bring more ease into our life, more space. Love feels spacious. Love doesn't feel crippling. Love doesn't feel like the world is closing in on us or the room is closing in on us. Love doesn't feel suffocating. Love feels spacious. So the more spaciousness you can allow your divine counterpart right now, just the more gratitude they're going to feel for you, the more affection they're going to feel for you, and the more magnetic you're going to be to them. They just need a little more time. So even if all of these things have happened in the physical, and if they haven't happened yet, trust me, they will happen for your counterpart. If this is your true divine counterpart, you're still like, well, I thought we would come together immediately after they left the karmic, or I thought that, when they had that aha moment, it would be this epiphany. We would just they would run to me. That's not how this journey works necessarily. That's a fairy tale. That's a movie. And this is real life. We're doing real work here. We are manifesting the timeline of our choice with every thought, with every desire, with every word we speak, with every intention we set, with every affirmation. Page of Pentacles. Masculines are absolutely embarking on a new path, new quest for knowledge, a new path. Scholarly, cheerful, dependable, mischievous. Yeah, there's definitely some mischievous energies. There's been some devil energies coming out in some of my private readings for the masculines right now. So they're still working on healing those addictions and healing those tendencies, okay, and releasing things that don't work, and just really freeing themselves. So there's still going to be some ego involved for a lot of the masculines. But they have these new opportunities, and it's really exciting for them. I feel like some of them are going back to school. Some of them are just going to be starting a new career, a new job. And many of them are going to be just tapping into this intense desire to just begin anew. There's just this intense desire to run away and just start fresh. And again, the feminine's like, well, that's great, but where am I in this, scenario? So the masculine wants to remind the feminine of a few things, okay? The masculine wants to remind you, I've been through hell and back over the past year, and this is the Six of Wands. Six of Swords. The Six of Swords indicates that there's been an ending that's been painful, and there's been a lot of hardship. You see the storm clouds. that are starting to clear here as they move forward. And you see the swan here at the head of the boat that indicates grace. So they're moving forward with grace, they're moving forward with forgiveness, and they're moving forward, they're pacing themselves. The swans don't move fast, they glide through the water. So they're pacing themselves, and they're ensuring that when they embark on this new path, they're not bringing any of this with them. The swords represent the past, and it's like they're stepping out of that energy of melancholy, of depression, of fear, even illness. A lot of them were ill, last year. So they're embarking on, this travel or relocation. This is about traveling towards something, away from something, but also towards something. So they're leaving things behind. They have left things behind, and they're starting fresh, but they have to do this for themselves. They have to be able to trust their own judgment without the feminine constantly reassuring them, without the feminine there. And a lot of these masculines too, if they haven't yet invited you back into their world, it's because you have wings, feminine, and they're saying to themselves, she has wings, I don't want to clip her wings. And I feel like if I were to just show back up, I would fuck everything up all over again for her, and I would clip her wings. And I want her, he wants you to fly. He wants you to ascend. He wants you to grow. He wants you to step into your mission and shine your light and become this beacon of light for the world. And he's pushing you to do that. So every time he pushes you away, he's actually pushing you towards your destiny and pushing you towards embracing yourself on a deeper level. He's definitely in this energy of, it's like I'm walking away from something, haven't yet started something new, but I'm absolutely about to embark on that new path, because pages indicate it's the starting of something. It's the beginning of something. So he's done a lot of work with really resting, nurturing himself, and he's not in a rush. So feminines, he's not in a rush. He wants to get his life on track, get his affairs in order, like Edward from Twilight, and he wants to make sure that when he does come in, that he has something to offer. The thing about the masculines at this point in the journey, if you've gone through separation, if you're starting to hear communication again, the masculines do not want to come in the same energy, in the same way, making the same mistakes, because they know that if that happens again, you're likely going to walk away for good. So they have to be very careful, very meticulous about how it is that they come in. So expect them in a way to come in and out a couple times now in the first, I'd say, half or 3/4 of the year. And then towards the end of the year, they're going to be very grounded. They're going to be in that new position. They won't be a page anymore. They're going to be in the king energy, and they're going to have more to offer. They're going to feel more stable. That divorce is going to be final, or that new job, they've got their footing in the new job, or they've relocated and they finally feel comfortable in their new place. And that's when they're going to start inviting the feminine into that space. They're asking for patience while they bloom, while they blossom. They would do the same thing for you. Love is patient and kind. Love is patient and kind. It doesn't beg. It doesn't demand. It just is, right? It just is. And it says, back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. So the masculine is getting back to what they love. They're getting back to themselves. They're reevaluating what it is that they truly want. And they're on the path, guys. Look at this. Normally the pages, in one of my favorite decks, the Witch Tarot or the Witch Oracle, whatever it's called, it shows pages, they're always walking on a path, right? So I see this as, again, they're embarking on this new path. The sun is greeting them. The sun is shining here in the distance, and they're free. They've got their arms open, butterflies indicating transformation, and winged messengers, the birds here. They're walking through a portal. Okay, they're finding their way back. They're literally finding their way back home to themselves. So they just want the feminine to know that I'm reevaluating what it is that I want. They want to make sure that they get it right. I'm telling you guys, it's going to look in a way, I feel like I know you guys are going to say this. We can talk about it more over on Patreon. It's going to look like the masculine is rejecting you. It's going to look like they're ending thing. It's going to look like it's over. And what's happening is it's a brand new beginning. It's a brand new start. It just may not appear like that in the physical. And that's very confusing because the feminine's like, well, I don't understand. Why do I have to go through more torture? Why do I have to go through more pain? It's part of the process for the masculine to free themselves and to feel that independence. It has nothing to do with the feminine or how they feel about you. It has everything to do with them needing to reclaim their power and step back into their power and having to do it on their own. They can't rely on you anymore, and they know that. They cannot hold you back. They're learning to be assertive, okay? Getting back to what they love, speaking their needs. Okay, saying my needs matter. My needs come first now. So they may even be in a selfish energy while they go through this process. And you'll know if this resonates. And if it doesn't, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Peaceful resolution. They're looking for peaceful resolutions in all aspects of their life. They want there to be peace in a particular situation in their life, whether that's work or in a relationship they're exiting right now, or with family or friends. They're just trying to create peace before they bring you in. It's like something needs to be established. They're looking to be, that's what it is. They're looking to be established before they let the feminine back in. Yeah, there's opportunities, golden opportunities right now for the masculine. So they're taking advantage of these opportunities in the 3D, which is, they may not know it on a conscious level yet, but subconsciously they're planting the seeds for your union and for you to come back into their lives. They just don't know it yet. In the near future, so timing-wise, in the near future, will the masculine come back a changed man, Spirit? I can affirm that yes. I can definitely tell you they're changed. Will the masculine come back a changed man? There's something better, right? There's a better version of the masculine that wants to emerge. Yes. There's a better version of the masculine. It's like we think that you have to ask yourself, would you really be okay with your masculine coming back in unhealed? The feminine is not a rebound. And the masculine knows this deep down. The feminine will never be a rebound. The feminine will only be, the feminine is the person that the masculine will commit to, will spend their lives with. When they're ready, they will offer you everything. I'm going to continue this reading over on Patreon, guys. I'm going to pull one more card. Okay. What do the divine feminines most need to know? And then I'm going to continue this reading over on Patreon. What do the feminines most need to know? Stop focusing on the negative. Stop focusing on what isn't working. Stop focusing on the lack. Okay. What do the feminines most need to know? What do you most need to know? That you are their wish fulfillment, that you are the star that burns bright in the sky. Look, 9 of Cups. Wishes coming true. We've got 2 cards of wishes coming true. You are the wish fulfillment for this person. So there's nothing to worry about. Let go of your worries. Let go of your fears, feminine. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me back here. I'm sorry for the light. It's starting to get dark already. So I just noticed how dark the cards are, but you can still see them and you can still hear me. So have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, guys. I'm going to continue this reading over on Patreon. Be well, and I'll talk to you soon.